Did you know that high cholesterol is a bad guy and a major cause of heart disease? Wrong. High cholesterol is merely a messenger informing us that there is raging inflammation in the blood vessels. Oh.
There's a new idea circulating around the internet that high LDL is just an indicator, that there is inflammation somewhere throughout the body. And when inflammation occurs, the body increases LDL production, and LDL helps to repair this inflammation. While it is true that lipoproteins and the cholesterol they contain are very helpful for wound healing, inflammation does not increase LDL. In fact, inflammation actually decreases LDL levels. Therefore, the idea that the only reason you have high LDL is because you're inflamed doesn't stand up to the scrutiny of what actually happens to LDL when inflammation increases. There's also an argument that LDL and its associated cholesterol isn't actually the cause of coronary artery disease, and that the real cause is damage to the blood vessels. In essence, I think the misunderstanding here is that two mechanisms can occur simultaneously, and can both contribute to the development of a disorder. Very briefly, this is what a blood vessel looks like, and these are all the walls that are contained within every single blood vessel. Atherosclerosis is the term given to the accumulation of cholesterol-containing plaque inside of the artery wall. And this cholesterol is delivered by essentially all lipoproteins that are not HDL, including chylomicrons, VLDL, IDL, lipoprotein(a), and the one most people are familiar with, LDL. Very importantly, there's this layer called the endothelium that does have a role in preventing cholesterol-containing lipoproteins from entering into the wall. And it is true that disruptions in the integrity of this endothelial lining increase the likelihood that cholesterol-containing lipoproteins can enter into the artery wall. Damage to this endothelial lining occurs from things like inflammation, infection, smoking, obesity, high blood glucose, hypertension, the oxidized LDL that occurs from inadequate antioxidant status, that many people who support this hypothesis do mention, but the two things that they don't mention is that saturated fat, and the cholesterol and triglyceride containing lipoproteins themselves. It's true that damage to the endothelium is important. However, the passage of cholesterol-containing lipoproteins from the bloodstream into the artery wall when the endothelium is damaged, and in circumstances in which the endothelium is not damaged, is proportional to the concentration of ApoB-containing lipoproteins. A good analogy is these lipoproteins are like bullets. The more bullets they are, the more likely you are to get hit. And the endothelial wall is like a shield. The larger and thicker this wall, the more shielded you will be from bullets. The worst scenario is multiple bullets and a poor protective layer, and having either a better protective barrier or just less bullets will decrease the risk of cardiovascular disease. But optimally, there would be a very low amount of bullets, in this case ApoB-containing lipoproteins, along with a very strong protective layer. Essentially, anyone trying to tell you that it's just the bullets or just the protective barrier is more than likely underlooking the fact that two mechanisms can both contribute to the same pathology. And to circle back around, high LDL is not caused by inflammation. In fact, during inflammation, LDL is often decreased, which may actually be an evolutionary adaptation to prevent the development of atherosclerosis during times of inflammation, because inflammation can directly damage the endothelial lining, which increases the penetrability of cholesterol-containing lipoproteins.